Hello and welcome to EV Review Ireland. My name is Reilly. We are in a suburb of Dublin in Ireland, and as you can see from the thumbnail title, we are spending the day with a Tesla mobile technician, or a Ranger ride along as I like to call it. So let's have a look to see what we've got on today with Steve from Tesla. If you're interested in all things EV and want to support the channel, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future updates. So we started off the day at the service centre in Dublin. They have a fleet of 3 Tesla Model S's that have been traded in and converted, and you can also see in the background there they have one Ford Connect Transit van. So you will get people saying, oh, delivered by diesels, serviced by diesels, but this has been taken out of the fleet and they're going to increase the fleet by 2 more. So the Tesla Model S's are usually all painted in white, or wrapped in white with some signage down along the side, but that's not always the case in all markets. Also, it's been converted to take the rear seats out, and it's got the ability to carry tools, and this has the tow bar in the back of it for one of the jobs later on. On the side then you'll also see some toolboxes and an inverter where the mobile technician Steve can charge his laptop and also charge some batteries. Let's have a conversation with the owner Peter and the mobile service offering. Peter, first stop of the day. Tell us what you like about the mobile technician service from Tesla.
Oh, well, I think it's a game changer. I think we've been used to having to go up to the garage, having to leave the car there, get another car as a loaner, or get a taxi back and forth. And it just takes up time in your day. It could be something really, really small that you're only in for an hour, or it could be you're leaving the car there for a day. And I think it's quite frustrating. Then you've got to leave work quite early to get back to where the service station might be. So having someone come to you, whether that's at home or even in the office, which we've done before, even getting a new tow bar fitted, is just unbelievably convenient. It lets you go about your day in a normal, structured manner. And the ability to book it via the app as well. You're not having to ring anybody up. No, the app is great, and it keeps getting added to. So yeah, and then they will touch base with you if there's any changes or any amendments that need to be made. So you know exactly what's getting done. You know the schedule. It's great. Plus the Ranger team will contact you, half an hour to an hour before. In fact, they'll contact you the day before just to confirm everything, and then the morning of, they'll tell you they're 10 minutes out or half an hour out, and it's just great.
Perfect. Anything to add?
No, I just think it's great. The reality is nowadays that you probably won't need the Ranger team. I think such is the reliability that's improved. Certainly from the earlier cars that we had, there was small little gremlins, rattles, small little things that needed to get done. I think with the newer cars now, it's a totally different story. There isn't that same type of the same type of issues at all. In fact, it's really just service or tyre rotation or small things that they can do. Certainly, if a tow bar needs to be fitted that didn't come with a car, they'll do those types of things as well. So
excellent. Thank you, Peter, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Off to job number 2 down in County Carlow in the Midlands of Ireland, having a great conversation with Steve, the mobile technician from Tesla, and just sitting back and relaxing. I'm usually the one that has to drive, but Steve has the autopilot on as well, so it's great, cruise control, etc, etc. Let's have a chat with Steve. Didn't get a chance to interview Steve properly when we were at job number 1, which was that I called it a service, but we were chatting in the car and you don't really like to call it a service.
Yeah, I don't really like to call it a service because what the customer thinks is a service is an oil change and a look over the whole engine and all that. I kind of like to call it a safety check more than anything.
And so for that we did tyre rotation? A
tyre rotation and a brake strip and clean.
Okay, perfect. But depending on whatever the car needs, like some might be pollen filters, that car isn't that old, so it wasn't a lot of mileage on it?
Yeah, they would usually do pollen filters, maybe wiper blades as well.
Okay. Depending on the use.
Depending on the use. And
you've been with Tesla how many years now?
Be coming up to 4 years now.
4 years, and how do you find the job?
I'd love it. Love it. Yeah, I don't like it. I just love it.
And it's the cleanliness of the actual the vehicles themselves, but also that there isn't any oil, etc, etc. But the people that you meet,
the people I'm meeting, the people I work with, are a great team. The interactions with customers every day as well. It's just a lot of good kind of positivity from them. Yeah, it's just an overall good workplace.
Your background comes from the motor industry and people coming to a dealership and getting an expensive service done.
Yeah.
The difference between this and you being able to be out on the road and going to people's places of work, like we're here with Paul, or to Peter this morning at his house.
Yeah.
the mind shift? Do you find that people are talking about it and the convenience of it and the hassle, less hassle?
Yeah, I think it's more the fact that a customer doesn't even have to leave his house. He can just book a service through the app. We come out to them, and they don't have to come to a service centre. They don't have to be stuck in traffic. We're the ones getting stuck in traffic for them.
Yes.
So, it's a great experience for the customer, I think.
When you're driving a nice Model S like this, stuck in traffic isn't too bad.
It's not too bad,
No.
especially when you have AC.
What I've noticed is, even on job 2, and I've only followed Steve for 2 jobs, is there's an element of, there's a chat beforehand or afterwards. So
Yeah.
Building up that customer service and having those conversations with people as well, there's an element to that.
Yeah, because the customer isn't actually seeing anyone, I think they'd like to have the face-to-face with a mobile Ranger or anyone in Tesla sometimes, just to either give kind of great feedback or what could be better with the cars. They just like to have a gab sometimes,
You're the face of the company in essence then, because as much as everything is online, you could buy your car online, you could get it delivered hands-free, you could go to the service centre sometimes and drop off your car, and there's a loaner there ready for you and you're gone.
Yeah.
And you come back and your car's there and you go. So sometimes there's very little human interaction.
Yeah, sometimes we're the only face the customer sees is a mobile visit from one of us.
Very good.
So yeah, it's and I think customers just like that.
Yeah, for sure. And it's something, I'm not a Tesla owner, so I wasn't aware. And you'd see, driving on, you'll see this is a white Tesla, and sometimes they've got the nose cone, the black nose cone, and in some markets they're not always white. In Ireland they're white, and in North America they're white, but for example in the United Kingdom they're body colour. But it sometimes just looks like a Model S unless you see the writing on the side.
Yeah.
And so people may not be aware that when you purchase a Tesla, you've got the ability of this, through the app, booking in the likes of yourself or the team, and the team is growing in Ireland as well. You're 3 Model S's, there's a little Ford van, but that's been upgraded to another Tesla as well. So you'll have, and then there's 5. There's going to be 5.
There's 5 mobile techs covering that.
It's great. Yeah. And that's the island.
That's Ireland, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And there's the difference between an express service and a mobile service.
Yeah, an express location the customer would go to. We base ourselves at one particular place.
Right.
So the customer would come to us. Mobile service, we go to them.
Okay.
So
there's a nice balance there as well.
It's a nice balance. Like some days it's nice for one of the mobile Rangers to be based in one place.
Right.
And it's also nice just to be on the road and see parts of the country you've never seen before.
Yeah. Great, because some people say, oh, there's only one dealership in Dublin, it's too far away from me if I'm buying it and I'm living on the West Coast or whatever part of the country, but Tesla have kind of solved that situation.
Yeah, well, 80% of work for Model 3 and Model Y can be done on location.
Wow.
So, realistically, you should never see a service centre.
Yes.
If anything that you need, a mobile technician should be able to solve.
Brilliant.
So.
Really enjoying my time with Steve today. We're having some great chats in the car, up and down. Looking forward to the tow bar one, a bit more manual.
Yeah.
Get you working a bit harder.
It get me a bit sweaty.
Job number 2 was at Black Knight in County Carlow, and it was a tyre rotation on a Tesla Model Y. Steve put in the hard graft there. Here we are at job number 2, and I barely set up the camera and Steve has already finished. He's done a tyre rotation on this Tesla Model Y. So job number 3 is going to be remote access. So one of the services that the mobile technician offer is the fact that you don't have to be there. You can access the vehicle after consent to make sure you get in here. Before we leave here, we're going to have a chat with the owner, Paul, and then head back up towards Dublin to do that tow bar installation. So it's a great variety of jobs that we're doing here today on that Ranger ride-along or mobile technician ride-along. We'll call it Ranger ride-along still. Paul Kelly, owner of a Tesla Model Y, recent owner of a Tesla Model X, but we won't mention the war, and a big advocate of the mobile technician service, the Ranger service that Tesla offered. Why do you like it so much?
It's just convenient. I'm here in Carlow, the guys are based in Dublin, and I can just go onto the app, book a service, book the likes of this, the wheel rotation, had the hitch put on in the previous car, had multiple things done by the Ranger in fairness, but the main one was in the middle of winter, the PTC heater in the cabin went. Down comes Steve, boom, done in an hour. And it was either here, it was done twice actually, it was 2 different cars, but I got a loaner car, PTC heater was gone. Steve came to my house and fixed it, and it was done here in my own car at another point in time. So it's just super convenient to have the guys coming to your premises, your home, without even having to think about it, you know. Because it's an ordeal to pack everything up and go to Dublin, and you know, when the car goes into service in the service centre, it's not always turned around straight away. It could be there for 4 hours or 6 hours or for a full day, you know. So it's much handier.
Through the app, you couldn't get more convenient. Using technology the way it should be used.
Yeah. And you can chat to the Ranger. They have in-app chat, which
excellent.
is quite convenient as well. Now that's a new feature for Ireland. They've had it in other markets for probably 2 years, I'd say. So that's really good as well. So even if it's not Steve, it could be Tarek or any one of the guys in back of house in Dublin, and away you go.
Excellent. Something that I wasn't aware of, and I've seen the Ranger vehicles on the road, but now understanding and spending some time with Steve, it's definitely like a huge bonus if you are a Tesla owner.
Yeah.
Like,
no one else does it.
Yeah.
You know, I think at one point, sometimes in the past, Mercedes might have had something similar, but it's definitely not like for everyone. You know, if you had a particular model, say an S-Class or something, you might have got a very nice service. But typically, like any Tesla, doesn't matter if it's 15 or 10 years old or if it's brand new, if it's serviceable by the Ranger, they'll do it.
And there's a lot of over-the-air updates as well that they can see what the issue is, and they'll line up the Ranger as to what they need to bring with them, because Steve obviously had to load up this morning all the bits that he needed for today.
Yeah. Like for older cars, he's doing CCS retrofits. He can do in-field MCU upgrades on the older Model S's and X's and things like that. And that turns an older car into a brand new car from a usability perspective. Like if you had an older, say a 2014 Model S and you got MCU2, you get Netflix and all these amazing technology, but it's field serviceable. Okay, you pay for it.
Yes.
That's not a cheap upgrade, but you're paying for the hardware and the software upgrade. You know.
But as you said, the car itself, the hardware of the car might be perfect.
Yeah.
And you're just upgrading the computer elements of it, and the fact that Steve or any of the Rangers can come out and do it, like it's the future.
It is the future. Yeah.
Thank you, Paul, for your time.
No problem.
Thanks for letting us down into Carlow. We didn't have to get our visas stamped or change of currency or change our watches, but appreciate your time.
No problem. Thanks.
Back up to Dublin for job number 3 in that tow bar installation. I just want to talk about some of the other aspects of the app that you can book through the service with the mobile technicians. If it's a non-warranty piece of work, you can actually approve the estimate and pay via the app, so it's all done securely because it already stores your payment details. You can schedule, modify or cancel mobile services via the app as well. The mobile service technician will contact you just before they arrive, and then they'll wait 15 minutes. Here is a remote access, and I was asking Steve how long does it take to get access to the car and unlock it, and with me just saying it, the car unlocks, and here he is opening the trunk or the boot and also opening the driver's door ajar. When you are booking a mobile service appointment, make sure that you've listed everything about 24 hours beforehand, so that Steve and the team of mobile service technicians, wherever you're booking it in, can preload their Model S before they leave. This is a time lapse of Steve fitting the tow bar. What you'll also get up on the screen, and it's very difficult for Tesla owners not to press it, is it will say that there's a pending software update. Don't update it. It is for the mobile service technician, so if you do press the update, it'll just take them longer to do. On the app that Steve has, it's a specific technician app that they can reach out and contact. It'll also give the estimation as to the time it'll take to do the job, etc. Make sure that you give the technicians enough space, proper directions, access via security gates, let security guards know, etc. Make sure you keep your pets secure. He doesn't mind a happy dog, but they're not always happy. The aim of this mobile service is, and Elon Musk has talked about 75% of all servicing to be done mobile. Tesla Ireland is at 66% currently, on top of the leaderboard in Europe, which is great to see, and they're striving to get to 75%. You can see Steve here, he's hardwired his laptop into the Tesla, and it is just to update the configuration to let the Tesla know that it is going to be towing. And here is that tow bar, and you can have it removed as well. Hopefully you've enjoyed my ride along with the Tesla mobile technician. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and leave a comment, and remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thank you very much for watching.